Welcome to the SEGA Lounge, where we celebrate our love for all things SEGA, including the games, the music, and the community. I'm your host, KC. Join me as I talk to different guests and learn more about their projects and passion for SEGA. Hello, welcome to the SEGA Lounge. It's Sonic 3, yeah. Welcome. It's just the three of us this time. This really looks weird. I don't know what it is, but is this better? No.
I usually do it like that with those fingers.
Live long and prosper? I don't know. This is weird.
That's this.
I know. Anyway, welcome to the SEGA Lounge, episode 236, and we're catching up on the news this week. Hope everyone is okay. I am joined, as per usual, by two lovely people, regular panelists, starting with SkillJim. Hello, SkillJim.
Yo, how's it going?
Nice. And Lime Reversed.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you. It's time to catch up on the news, and we haven't, as we were discussing during the pre-show part, we haven't done this since late August. So there's a lot of stuff to cover. We'll try to be brief, as we usually are. Don't do that. Don't make that face, Lime. You know I try. I try hard. And then I'm
laughing
miserably.
with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Also, hello to people watching on Twitch or YouTube, also listening on Radio SEGA. Hello, thank you for joining, and a big welcome to people listening or watching to the podcast version of this live recording. It's always nice to do this live. I don't know, there's something about doing things live that, guarantees there's always an issue or something. Nothing happened this time, though, so we haven't started like 7 minutes late or anything, so everything is fine. Everything is fine. Okay, so it's time to, before we get into the news, it's time to just tell you a little bit about something. So I'm trying to be brief about this, right? But I want to remind everyone that you can support the show. So if you go to the SEGALounge.com/support, you can help us pay the bills, which, are ever increasing and rising bills. Not really. Yeah, but okay. The SEGALounge.com/support. If you want to support the show by buying some amazing SEGA Lounge themed merch, or just sending us a tip, like buying us a coffee or something, that helps us immensely, and it's very much appreciated. Or you can just buy a Sonic the Hedgehog cup, just like Lime has. Is that tea?
Buy Lime a coffee.
Or is that
is tea indeed.
With like whiskey in it?
Why would you ask that specifically?
I know, because I always think I'm the only one drinking some sort of non-alcoholic beverage. Okay.
Wow,
we have an energy drink, I think, over there.
Can of Coke as well.
Okay.
Pepsi.
Okay.
I think I've had like one alcoholic beverage on stream in like 4 years.
Okay.
That was on my own stream. I wouldn't do that on other streams. It's tea with sugar.
You're allowed. So.
I usually do. So.
I know. But I usually drink water just to clear my throat. But yeah, I digress. Welcome to the SEGA Lounge, and welcome to the news roundup. So I want to start this with, we've divided this into like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories. There's a lot. But the first one is going to be very, very, very short. It's the quickfire round with just 3 bits of news that I wanted to share, to mention to everyone watching the show. The first one is, and I should have talked about this sooner, and actually even showed this on stream. I don't know how this will translate to the... Okay, actually, that's not bad. So this is a game called Rocket Panda, which I actually backed on Kickstarter, and it's a beautiful physical edition. A Mega Drive game. And this is the cartridge, but there's also an official launch trailer, which we'll just try to show here. Hopefully things will work. There we go. And I wanted to mention this, first of all, because we had the developers of this game, or the developer of this game, on the show back on episode 206. So we had someone from Space Pants Games, best name for a video game company ever. And back then, they were talking about the potential launch of a Kickstarter for this project and other Mega Drive projects that they worked on throughout the years. But this one happened after the show aired, and they already delivered, and it's now available. The game is now available to purchase for the Mega Drive or Genesis, depending on where you are in the world, with the help of Mega Cat Studios. That's it. Of Mega Cat Studios, you can now buy the physical versions of this. Lime, I feel like this is a game you should try.
Yeah.
And for one reason only. The game is great. It's really great. It's a very fun game, but there's a theme song. And I feel like maybe you and I should do a duet of this at some point on stream, as like one of those like goals, charity goals or something, one of those charity streams. Because if you play the game before you get to like the title screen, they play the official music video with the theme song. There are subtitles, and you can't help but to sing along. Okay.
Now I'm very curious.
It's very catchy. That? It's annoyingly catchy. Sorry?
Can we play it?
Here? We can play it. Right now, no, I don't have it here, but I'll try to find it. But I don't think I can find it now. But I'll send it to you later. But it's very catchy. And I the first time I played this game, I thought, this is right up Lime's alley. He really... I think he will want to cover this song at some point. So we should do a duet.
But that would be fun.
Yeah, but Rocket Panda is now available to purchase on the Mega Drive if you so wish. Also available right now, and other previous guests on the show, I can't remember their name. Wait. So it's hard to remember everything. I think it's Sky Devil Palm, but don't quote me on that yet. Yeah, Sky Devil Palm is the name of the developers. So we had the developers and the main person in charge of the soundtrack, Rob Kittier, on the show back in October 2020. So almost 4 years ago, October 29th. So that was almost 4 years ago, episode 132. And they talked about an upcoming project that has seen some beta versions and stuff. VHR Victory Heat Rally. This is a very, very fun game. Controls brilliantly. It's really beautiful. The pixel art, the style is really nice. An amazing sense of speed. Yeah. And it's now available on Steam. They also did a Kickstarter, and now the game is available first on Steam. It will be available on other platforms at some point. But right now, they've launched the Steam version already. So if you want to, just check it out. Highly recommended as well. And it's one of those, I'm always happy when I have people on the show talking about a project that's inspired by SEGA games, this is this case. So they were inspired by things like Daytona and arcade racers. And sometimes what happens is, unfortunately, they don't deliver on their promises, and this time they did. So it's always nice to, just give a tip of the hat to the guys for delivering on the project as intended. So VHR Victory Heat Rally is now available for your consumption as well. Don't eat the game, but you can consume it some other way, I guess.
But can I kiss the game?
Maybe. What you do in the privacy of your own bedroom is with you. Okay, last SkillJim is no. Just, Uncle SkillJim it does not approve.
It's not approved.
I am so disappointed, says SkillJim. Anyway, last bit of news for this section, which I promised would be brief. Remember back in episode 218 when we did, is this correct? 218?
I don't know.
I think it is. I put it here, but
What episode are we on now?
236. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, it was this season, earlier this season. We had an episode focused on the most iconic SEGA characters, which was April 26th.
Right.
Yeah.
Most iconic SEGA characters ever. And the
Our
definitive
choices.
list. No, it's the definitive list. It's our choice, the right choices, obviously, of course. And now, CBR, so it's Comic Book Resources, I think. That's what this
Something like that, yeah.
I think so.
And a one-uppers.
That's what they stand for. They actually published their 10 most iconic SEGA characters of all time. And the list, their final list doesn't look too different from ours, to be honest. So you can find it. We'll actually post the link to this and other things on the show notes. But there's G from House of the Dead, which is like a bit
It's
out of
quite
left field.
surprising.
I think so.
Yeah.
But then we have Knights, which we also included, I believe. Alex Kidd,
Yeah.
We must
well.
have included Knights.
yes. Ichiban Kasuga.
Alex said, yeah.
Uh,
I think so.
did
maybe.
we? I think
Maybe
so.
do.
I think so.
Maybe
Ryo Hazuki, well done.
Yeah.
for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tip of the hat as well, CBR. Shadow the Hedgehog, which I think we didn't include. I think we had,
Well, that was probably our own rule, right? With the two characters.
but we
Yeah,
actually
we had
had, I think we
limitations,
had
right?
Eggman and Tails.
Sonic.
No,
Yeah,
Tails.
we had like one, max two from each franchise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we excluded Sonic because obviously Sonic's in there, right?
Of course.
So did we do Tails and Eggman?
and Eggman probably. Yeah, they had Shadow Bayonetta, which we talked about but didn't make the final cut for us. Eggman, Dr. Robotnik. Yeah, so same. Kiryu, obviously, number 2. And surprise, number 1, Sonic the Hedgehog. So it's basically, it's not that different from what we came up with as our most iconic SEGA characters of all time list. So yeah, good job, CBR.
Pleased with that.
And, yeah, I think they're reasonable people. Yeah. Okay, and so those
Something
were
like G did.
yeah, they probably they watched our show and then they came up with their like slightly altered list. Anyway, we that's it for the quickfire section of news, right? And we now enter the miscellaneous section, which is like a little bit of everything. So let's get to it. Would you guys want to? Do you guys want to cover one of these? Because I don't really
Maybe
need to
one
be
of them.
talking all the time.
But no, perhaps not this first one.
Not the first one. Okay, so are you guys familiar with Lunar and Lunar 2?
Heard of it? I've never played it.
I've never heard of it until I saw this list.
Okay, so as like Sega Driven and other outlets as well, but our friends at Sega Driven have posted on their website. There's a remastered collection of both Lunar games coming to modern consoles for PS4, PS5, PC, Switch, and Xbox One. So Lunar the two Lunars were, I think the first one was released on the Mega CD. The second one was I think they re-released the first one and then the second one on the Saturn and PlayStation, I believe. And so now they're remastering the games. I have played a little bit of the first one. These are RPGs that people sing their praises a lot. And I'm not a really big RPG guy, but I think I played a little bit of the first one. It looks beautiful. Like even the Mega CD one looks really beautiful. And so yes, for people who enjoyed those games back in the day and would like to see a remastered version or remastered versions of the games, there you go. This is what they will look like
Looks awesome.
yeah, this
very
remastered
good.
collection comes
Um,
out.
Yeah, I reckon this is something I would like to try just because of like what I've heard from people. Like George, who is working on the Shenmue fan game Reclaiming the Path, he
Mhm.
actually says that this is probably above Shenmue for him, this series, which was
Ooh.
surprising to hear. And he
Yeah.
said like if there was ever a sequel to that, he would be like elated. So actually, when this was announced, he was like really excited, and he was like sharing loads of stuff on the Shenmue Dojo Discord about it. So yeah, it's opened my eyes to it. I had heard of it. I can picture the box art on the Mega CD and stuff. Yeah, beautiful cutscenes as well, like anime-esque.
Yeah, yeah. I just remembered something, and I was trying to open my Instagram account because I remember probably like 2 or 3 years ago, I found someone on Instagram pushing for a third game. I think these are just the two that were ever released, I believe.
Maybe it was George.
No, because I got in touch with that person. They started a petition and stuff. But then I tried to schedule an interview and there we go. Yeah, found it. Lunar 3 official. Not really official, but yeah. And then back in 2021. So they were like pushing for this. Yeah, and they haven't posted since then. There was a website like to vote for a petition, which is now unavailable. But yeah, so I just remember when you were talking about this, they really wanted to push for this, and they had a lot of signatures already at the time. I remember a lot of people were behind this. This is a very beloved series, maybe not as mainstream as others, but definitely has a following. So yeah, so it's coming out in soon.
In soon.
Soon. Spring 2025. Yeah, the article
Right,
doesn't say that, but the video does. Spring 2025. So we don't have to wait long for this remastered version of Lunar Silver Star Story and Lunar 2 Eternal Blue remastered.
Cool.
Yeah,
Very
excellent.
good.
Moving on. James, you want to talk about this? I'm sure.
Well, I can do. So let me just get the link open. So yeah, so there's a Sega Rally 30th anniversary album that's dropping this week. Actually, is it the 17th? So perhaps not this week because we're on
Next
Thursday
week.
right now.
Yeah, a week
next
from
Thursday. So this time next
today.
week. Yeah,
exactly.
it's going to be available in Japan. So one would assume that you'd be able to buy it from Amazon.co.jp or whatever, or perhaps one of the Japanese websites like Ebtem. Although I think Ebtem's having some difficulties at the moment. Like last time I went on there to order something, the website wasn't actually online, or it was like I don't know if they were refurbishing the website or something. But I'm sure you can find it if you Google it. I would hope it would eventually come over here, perhaps through like one of our, like your Cartridge Thunder websites, or don't think because of what this is right now that maybe Data Discs would take it on. I don't know. It seems like this is already set in stone with other companies, perhaps. But I could see it coming through like a Wave, Cartridge Thunder or something like that. Wave rate. Why is it? What's that other thing I'm thinking of? Something like Wave something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I do.
But as a record would be cool.
As a record, as like a vinyl.
Yeah,
That's what you mean, right?
Yeah, for sure. I love collecting Sega vinyl, and yeah, this soundtrack is a must-have. Obviously, if you're fans of Sega Rally, of course, you recognise the songs instantly.
Brave Wave,
Desert, especially Brave Wave. That was it. Yeah. So yeah, are you buying this, Casey? Is this something on your radar?
It is. I haven't. So this is the official website for the album, which you can find here. It's part of the Soundshock series. I'm not sure if it's like easy enough to get through Amazon Japan or something. I might get it, but I haven't.
What happens if you click that Amazon button?
Everything
easy?
blows up. Everything blows up. There you go.
Oh no.
There you go.
So there you go.
3,630 yen. It's
It's
not quite
reasonably
sure what the rate.
priced. No, I don't know.
So it sounds okay, I think.
Probably.
I think when I checked earlier,
Mhm.
10,000 yen is about £50, if that is anything. So what we're
Okay.
talking about, a third
So-
there. So maybe just less than £20, maybe £18 for the CD.
Mhm.
Seems quite reasonable, actually. Consider it's a 2-disc. Did I make that up? Is it 2 discs?
No, it is. It is 2 discs.
Yeah.
So you can find it. You can. There's the arcade version of the soundtrack, and then the Saturn/PC version as well. So you have like 17 tracks. There are bonus tracks in each. So the first disc has 3 bonus tracks, and the second disc has 1. So there are 4 arrangements that come out. One of them is a karaoke version, but for my dear friend Rally, a Radio Sega favorite.
Very good, very good. I'm sure Matt
So-
will be picking this up. Sega Rally is one of his favourite games, and it looks great.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
Definitely.
And it makes me wonder, like, it's the 30th anniversary. Obviously, we're going to be getting more of these sort of 30th anniversary type of things that are, 1995 is a big year for Sega, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like they should have somehow already found a way to make this more easily available everywhere. I know the Saturn isn't very big outside of Japan, or as big as in Japan, and maybe that's why they don't do some of these things like readily available in the West. But I feel like at this point, people are really like hungry for Sega merch, and soundtracks are a thing that I think sell really well. So
especially
it's a
Sega
no-brainer
Rally
for me. Yeah. Sega Rally is like very, very popular everywhere. If you have like maybe 1 or 2 games that are very popular, Saturn games that are very popular, Sega Rally Daytona perhaps would be, I guess, Virtua
especially
Fighter
in the arcade as well.
Yeah, but yeah, people love Sega Rally, so this is a no-brainer for me.
We did get Virtua Fighter 1 and 2 soundtracks recently. Like 2, I've literally had. I think it came last week from Cartridge Thunder, which is why I said that perhaps they're likely to take something like this on.
Okay.
In a record form, perhaps would be lovely.
Yeah. I don't know if this is something that they will consider doing. Yeah. But anyway, if you want to get the CD, you can. It will be available next week, at least in Japan. Okay, moving on. Lime, want to take this next one?
This has got Lime written all
probably
over
not.
I mean, Football Manager 25 kicks off at November 26th. They have a focus on obsession with this trailer right here. It even says so here in the text. A new era of obsession is what they are.
That guy just
focusing on
ignoring
their
his wife
marketing
then? His pregnant wife? Did she just come in for some like moral support and he was like, go away?
for some obsession.
This is being shown as a good thing because Football Manager, family.
Well, that's it, yeah.
For listeners, Football Manager is above family, obviously.
Yeah,
that's what they're
so
selling.
As far as I've understood Football Manager, you manage teams to success. Basically, that's what you do, right?
Or not. You try to.
Or, yeah, well, yeah, that's the goal. I'm guessing. Yeah.
Ooh, did you see that? It said Netflix games at the bottom
so,
as well.
Something that I wanted to share though, and let me just pause this. Oh no, go back. No, go back. There we go. So something important, they already also like shown like the roadmap for announcements in terms of things that are new to Football Manager 25. And maybe the big thing is women's football.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They haven't done that up until now?
Nope.
Wow.
So that happened 3 days ago, right?
2025.
Is this
Sorry?
out now? Is this
No,
game
no, no,
out
no,
now?
no. It's November 26th is the date.
Why did it say October the 7th on the
And
women's?
they're introducing, like, they usually like reveal the news, the new stuff that they are bringing to the next
Okay.
version of the game, like gradually.
Okay.
So every week
Uh,
they'll be disclosing something new. Did you
according
see
to SD, it
FM25 got delayed to March today? Oh, really? Oh, that's
Oh.
thank you, Resident SD. I didn't know that.
Wow.
That
Is it?
might make
Oh, it
sense why
is.
I was. Yeah,
It
I was reading the comments on the YouTube video, and people were saying, like, obviously there's no gameplay footage,
Yeah.
but then someone mentioned about it being delayed actually in one of the comments.
Okay.
Mm.
Out from March 2025. Thank you, Resident SD, for putting that out. I hadn't seen that before, but they're
Yeah, like
actually,
the information is not even updated on the official Sega YouTube video, which is interesting.
Yeah. And
That's
so
quite a big deal, really, right? Because these management games and like your FIFAs are normally recycled virtually the same time every year, like your September sort of period, because it's just the start of the brand new football season. So for this to come out in March, sort of halfway through the season, tail end even.
Yeah.
it's quite-
They say, after
Yeah.
careful consideration, Sports Interactive have made the tough decision to further delay the release of Football Manager 25. Following discussions with SEGA, our licensors and partners, we have agreed the best course of action is to delay the launch until March 2025. Specific platform release dates will follow once confirmed.
Cool. Delays
yeah.
are always good. They can be frustrating, but it's definitely
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a good deal if it's not ready to be released. But then, like I say, I think there'll be a lot of football fans disappointed because this is like what they do each
Exactly.
year, in line
Yeah.
with the footballing season.
Yeah. They say this is the first installment in a new era of Football Manager. So they are probably revamping a lot of the mechanics and like the engine, maybe. They say it's the biggest technical and visual advancement in the series for a generation.
Wow.
We simply cannot compromise the delivery of this crucial juncture in Football Manager's history by rushing to release it in November. Yeah.
Yep, which is a good mentality to have. I figure.
Mhm.
If you like release an unfinished game, like it will be bad forever. But if you hold it and work on it, then it's potentially good.
Yeah.
It says gameplay reveal will be shown at the end of January.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm sorry to be to be sharing this. Like, this is sad for people who spend a lot of hours playing these games. But I guess if you already have Football Manager 24, you can still keep playing and until March or whenever they release like the early access version. So
I need Ravseg to take me through a Football Manager session, like show me the ropes.
Oh, don't do that. You'll never come back.
Is that so?
That's a rabbit hole you don't want to go into.
I will get caught by the obsession.
Yeah.
Family will be trying to call you and you'll be away.
Ravseg is like, you're mine now. You're
exactly. Finally.
Lime, you're meant to be doing a Sega Lounge show tonight. Where are you?
What?
Football Manager 25.
I'm doing like all of the women's football right now. Like, don't come at me.
Swedish national team in that.
Exactly. And actually, Resident ST has a good point, right? Women's football has only really come into the limelight again in the last few years, which will be why they are only adding it now. I don't think that's the reason the game needs to be delayed. That's probably something to do with the other mechanics, but it's probably part of it as well, because they are very faithful to like everything the teams have, like equipment, like the stadiums, the names of people, not just the names of players, but like everything is licensed. So if they are adding what they already have for like thousands of teams, dozens of thousands of players, or hundreds of thousands of players, worldwide. They are adding the women's teams. That's probably a lot of work as well involved in that. Okay, so that's Football Manager 25 coming later, not November, but March 2025. It's not as bad as it sounds. Just be patient. Next up, who wants to tackle the next bit of news?
I could do the next two if you want.
Sure.
Okay. So we did speak about this last week. If anyone watched the dojo stream that we did, because this is quite a big deal, I guess, for if you're like a Shenmue fan or just an old age sort of Sega arcade fan. But an incredible Lego design. I mean, you can see it on the screen. So it's an Outrun Lego ideas that someone's come up with. Apparently, it's got 1,735 bricks, but it looks spectacular, really. And I hope that this is something that could get promoted into actually being a thing. I don't know how many votes you need, but I think if you actually go onto the sort where you can nominate it, that it's something that you want to actually own. It says that the official Lego account has commented. Maybe it's just an automated thing, but congratulations for reaching 1,000. That's like a milestone. So we know that there's over 1,000 sort of signatures for this at the moment. And I think the next milestone is 5,000. And I don't know, but I was thinking it was like 10,000. I've got that number in my head, that's how much you need for this to become a reality. So if this is something that you want to see, vote for it, because it looks spectacular, really. It's got like an arcade joystick, a couple of buttons, but it's got like a full Ferrari car, and yeah, just the scene of
Flagman.
The start of the first stage.
There's
of
a cameraman.
Yeah. It looks really nice. And
right now, on the Lego Ideas page, it shows 1,982 supporters.
Okay, well, there you go.
With 396 days left, so you have over a year or two.
Yeah, I think they just, every time you reach a milestone, they increase the time by a year.
Okay.
So, I mean, if we can get, is it like 5,000 votes within a year, essentially now, then they'll increase it by a year, and then I guess it'll keep going until eventually it reaches the final milestone. But what'd be interesting is, I can't think of a name off the top of my head. I was going to come in there, but she's just recently moved from Sega Europe
Marta.
Marta, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It came to me literally, yeah. So she's literally gone to Lego, and she asked a question a few weeks back, like, if there's any sort of ideas that you've got, let me know. I'm like the new sort of community representative and that sort of stuff. So this is definitely one of the ideas that I would throw her way. And obviously with the Sega ties, perhaps she can sort of work in a little bit of magic somewhere along the lines and get some of these things off the ground, because that would be awesome to see. I know a few years back there was like a Ryo Azuki, Yu Suzuki, and then there was like the cabinets, like the actual full cabinets for Outrun, Space Area. I'd love to see that sort of stuff as well. I don't think that reached the limit, and I think that's probably like dead if like the year elapsed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. They had I had the person on the show. It was like a long time ago.
At one point.
Sorry?
I'm sure they had a lot of votes for that particular project.
Yeah. So I actually have the link here. I don't know if it's still available. But it doesn't show it anymore. No. Okay. It's like, oops, you're not allowed to access that page. So
yeah, well, essentially we just want more Sega Lego that isn't Sonic, essentially, like mix it up. Like the Sonic Lego sets are actually awesome. So if they can put that kind of love and whatever into all the Sega properties, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
A bit more branding out there as well.
Is there a particular thing? I know, James, you are going to say something Shenmue related, but like realistically, something that is not Sonic that would sell, is there
Lego
something
format.
That you can think, like, or even a Lego game? Because like they're doing Lego Horizon, right? PlayStation is doing Lego Horizon, which is coming for PlayStation 5 and Switch. But and that's something that I'm actually a little bit excited about because I like the Horizon games, and I'm excited to see how that like the humor of Lego translates to that into
Yeah.
that world. Is there some sort of Sega IP you feel would work in that sort of context?
It's like Sega in general, like a multiverse sort of thing, and they could
Yeah,
theme each
definitely.
stage. That'd be pretty cool. And then you'd have all the different characters, sort of like what Astrobot's done recently with mixing all of those PlayStation properties, and even outside of PlayStation, they had a little bit of Sega in there as well, and that's awesome to see. You know, I don't want to spoil it, but there's like a couple of little Sega characters that made me really excited as when I unlocked them in Astrobot. So imagine a whole world in a sense like that, like a Lego world where you go through. I know they kind of did that actually, but thinking back to Lego Dimensions, they were onto a good thing there. It just didn't really take off because I think like this sort of gaming toy mishmash thing was sort of slowly declining after your Skylanders and some of the other things that came out around that sort of time. But Lego Dimensions was actually really cool. The Sonic stuff was awesome. I got the little figure, and he had a little
Yeah.
sort of Team Sonic racing car as well, and yeah. And then thinking like to how they designed that with the portals, and you had like Batman and the Simpsons and stuff like that. If they could do that sort of style, but with like the whole Sega universe, that would be awesome.
Would
It's
it
always
be
fun.
sorry, Lime, just a quick question. Would it be like a deal breaker if you didn't have the physical aspect of it?
Oh no. What do you mean? Like actually having
Yeah,
a Lego
because for
figure?
Lego Dimensions, you had to buy like the different sets. You had to have
Yeah.
the physical portal. I actually have that. I have
Mm.
like the physical figures and stuff. But it's also a lot of money if you want to play everything, right?
Yeah, personally, I'd
So
rather not have that stuff and just have the game with everything
okay,
available.
okay. What about you, Lime? Any suggestions?
It is a good question. I was trying to think about it. I guess one thing that I would say is like whichever characters that you add, one thing that I think is especially interesting is how these characters react to each other. Like I kind of want to see that and then to make a thing about that. Like if Sonic and Rio met, like what would they think about each other? Like how would they react to each other's personalities and kind of like make jokes about that? That's something I definitely would like to see.
Yeah.
That's a nice idea.
That's definitely the kind of thing that these games are made for, right? And known for, like the humor and the quips and stuff. I actually found the project, Garrett Yoshimura's project, the Sega Classic Arcade Machines project, and they got 10,000 supporters, but unfortunately,
Really?
the project was not approved by Lego, or Sega didn't give them the go ahead, which could also be the case, right? But it's so this was awesome. This was I remember talking to Garrett when he came on the show back in 2015. So
that's crazy.
almost 10
They
years
actually
ago.
met what I would assume would be the goal.
Yeah.
Maybe there's just too many licensing issues with this one.
If Sega doesn't want to, they just can just shut that down. Shut that down. Yeah. Outrun. Yeah. So and if for people watching the video of this, we're showing pictures of the Sega Classic Arcade Machines project that Garrett Yoshimura, aka Spacey Smoke, did, and 10,000 people, even Thunderblade was here. 10,000 people supported this, but unfortunately, the project was not approved. Sega fan, male, Sega fan, female, and Yu Suzuki. Of course.
Wow.
Yeah, this was amazing. This
is awesome.
Yeah.
So
but it wasn't to be.
Did they like reach 10,000 and like Lego stopped more? Or did it just happen to be coincidentally like the exact amount?
So it says on October 16th, 2018, congrats on having your 10K Club model displayed at the Lego house. So they displayed their project, at the Lego house in Denmark from the 17th of September to the 8th of October 2018. They say, well done, good job, kind regards, but they don't say anything after that. So actually, we do have a picture of the cabinets displayed at the Lego house.
Okay.
Like they built his idea.
Is that still there, or is this just a...
No, it was just from 17th of September to 8th of October 2018.
Still, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Am I seeing a portal turret?
Exactly.
Is that what I'm seeing? My God.
Someone probably pitched that idea as well. But they don't say anything else after that. So they probably told him that it wasn't approved, but they didn't really post anything publicly, which I think makes sense, right? I don't think they usually tell like the audience why projects are not approved.
But at least it's
some
good to know that
licensing issues or something.
It's like 10,000 to get these things made. So if you want the Outrun one, you could get to 10,000 and then it probably doesn't get approved again. I don't know. But it's worth the go, right?
Yeah. I mean, if SEGA see people like, and now that we have Marta over there as well, at Lego, maybe like influencing things in the background, like maybe we can get some sort of like new SEGA related Lego project made. Who knows?
That would be interesting. Yeah, definitely.
I think so. Okay, moving on with, I don't know, who should we, ask to cover this news story here? I don't know.
Maybe Lime?
Maybe.
This surprised me a lot, actually, that Hatsune Miku is getting an anime movie coming January.
You might have skipped
something.
Then.
You might have skipped something. But we could go with that. We could go with that first.
That's not what you meant?
No, I meant never before seen Shenmue 2 cutscene appears. But okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Hence the joke. But let's go with Hatsune Miku first. Who cares about Shenmue? No one. Let's go with Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, but like it's getting a movie. And in the movie, there is like they're phrasing it as a Miku, not like the Miku, but a Miku who can't sing sees Miku trying to reach out to people in need, but something is holding her back. It's up to a name that I can't pronounce and her bandmates to spread the good word of Miku to their audience. Heck yeah. I definitely want to see this.
Heck yeah. Yeah. So that's it. So that's good news for Miku fans who are into this sort of thing. Colorful Stage, the movie, A Miku Who Can't Sing. That's the English title. Not sure if this is the actual official title. Maybe it is. Probably is. Yeah, Colorful Stage, the movie, A Miku Who Can Sing. Goodbye.
Oh, that's why they phrase like that. Like it's okay. I see.
And that's actually the story. So Miku can sing.
Okay. I for some reason I read it as there being two Mikus. Like one Miku who can sing sees the other Miku is trying to reach out to people in need. It's like what? No.
No.
Okay,
no.
that's not what they meant.
This is probably like a different
and
universe.
The movie. In this movie, we see Miku trying to. Okay, yeah. I get it.
That's it.
Don't mind me. I'm useless.
Don't say that.
Is this the first movie Miku's been in? Or
as far as I know,
to my knowledge, yes, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's probably something like, I don't know. Maybe it's the first one. It's one of the like many movie and movies and TV shows that SEGA are working on. Right. We'll talk a bit more about that in a little bit. But yeah. Okay. So Colorful Stage, the movie, A Miku Who Can Sing.
Let's watch it together.
She's useless, not you. She can sing.
Miku is not useless.
She can sing.
But Miku is going to learn to sing in the movie again.
Maybe. Spoilers.
I mean, come on, that's gotta be the plot of it.
That's endgame. Miku can now sing. The end.
Miku can sing.
Spoilers: Miku learns to sing.
All Mikus can sing. Well, so Miku got a new Chaos Emerald. Miku got all Chaos Emeralds. Miku can now sing. Anyway, moving on, or moving backwards and going back to that Shenmue 2 story. So, James, what's up?
Yeah. Ooh, so this is really exciting for Shenmue fans, especially if you're one of the OGs that has literally played every single aspect of the original game. So your Shenmue 1, your 2, you've seen like all the hidden cutscenes and stuff, and you think you've seen everything, and then, someone throws a curveball at you. So basically this was found in the Shenmue 2 Game Jam beta build of the game. So this is a sort of an earlier build of Shenmue 2 that was showcased to an audience at an actual game show called Game Jam back in, I think, April 2001. If my memory serves me correct there.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially this build of the game was bought by myself and other fans. We all sort of chipped in and bought this thing so that we could get the discs like actually playable for people out there. And people have been playing it for a couple of years now. And Brian Park, who actually owns this Twitter account called @ShenmuePark, he also does the Shenmue 2 Differences account, if anyone's seen that pop up occasionally, where he's sort of really niche. He's comparing like the Dreamcast version of Shenmue 2 to the Xbox version of Shenmue 2 and just sort of picking out very minor details. But he also does Shenmue Park, which is the same sort of thing, but for all three games. So he's actually discovered the scene literally by using a debug menu in this old build and just going through, just trying different combinations of codes until something triggered. And he's found this cutscene, which
why things are missing, like the knife and
yeah,
things.
Well, this cutscene actually relates to another cut piece of content called Meow Village, which is like a Shenmue holy grail of content, basically, that was cut out of Shenmue 2. We've heard a little bit about it in interviews. We've seen some screenshots which were originally confused as Shenmue 3 screenshots back in the day, because it looks like a sort of like a Bailu Village type of thing. It's like an old temple master and this sort of stuff in these old screenshots, but it's actually found out to be Meow Village. And this cutscene directly links to it, because Zhang here is essentially telling Ryo that there's a second book of the Wulin Shu. If anyone knows the storyline of Shenmue 2, basically, Ryo eventually gets to Mamo Temple and there's a library, and he has to try and get a book called the Wulin Shu to learn a bit more about Zhao Suming and Yuan Dezu and all this sort of stuff. So this cutscene actually doesn't happen in the game, of course, because Zhang is this guy that looks a bit like a frog. He's directing Ryo to Meow Village, which is why this has been cut, because the whole Meow Village series of events was cut subsequently from Shenmue 2. But Ryo would have had to have found Wulin Shu Book 2 or whatever. And I guess the storyline, not so much would have been filler, but would have sort of padded out that quest line at that point, whereas it sort of just ends with the first book in the actual game. But yeah, awesome to see. So there's like a quick time event where something you don't actually see in the game, like this real slow-mo zoomed in, QT of the knife falling, which is really cool. And then if you trigger, like you press the right command, which is A, Ryo does this pretty awesome kick and the knife goes flying into the tree. If you fail the QTE, a free battle takes place, and Zhang actually helps Ryo fighting, which is cool because that's sort of
there we go. It's here. It's this part actually.
That's that awesome slow cutscene.
No, this is when you fail the QTE.
Yeah. Oh, is this the failure? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sort of like the 70-man battle in Shenmue 1 where Gui Zhang sort of helps Ryo. You've got Zhang helping Ryo here, which is really cool because obviously, I don't know, no one knew that Zhang could fight.
Zhang is basically useless. Speaking of useless.
Yeah,
usually, right?
He's normally kidnapped and tied up, and
exactly. Even before he fights these guys, he's the one that gets like they grab him and lock him, and so yeah.
So this is awesome. And then we've since found that if you fail this free battle, there's an extra cutscene as well. So just
That's
amazing. After 20, I think it is 23 years, I wrote on this on the post here. We're finding and this stuff's amazing that it's like it links
like
to
a callback to to the barber guy. The
definitely check
the
video out, guys.
It's technically like it's still in the code, but it's technically not a part of the game. Like it's cut content. This right?
Yeah,
it's
sort
in
of
the Game Jam prototype disc, so not the actual final release disc.
Okay,
but this prototype earlier version.
Okay,
which is why it looks a little bit unfinished still as well.
Yeah,
just because they were working on it. Yeah,
I think I saw like a roof blink out in and out of existence.
Yeah, and the character models were a little bit shaky. But and what's also funny is this is
like
pre. Yeah,
but very threatening, like holding up a hand to someone.
But what I was going to say, this is like pre-voice actor work as well. So the voices that you're actually hearing are the developers sort of filling in for the parts just to get a feel for how the cutscene would play out. So I don't know who's voicing Ryo and Zhang, but it's interesting to hear, prior
people.
to like the Masaya Matsukaze and definitely well before Corey, but
yeah. So I'm gonna link this in the show notes. So definitely do check this out. There's a nice little. Apart from the video, there's a blog post on the dojo. You can read about this.
So there's that, and there's also Phantom Riverstone translated all of the dialogue because obviously this is like all Japanese voice work, subtitles. So full translation on Phantom Riverstone, and you can actually get the Game Jam beta, download it, and play it on your Dreamcast emulator of choice via, I think it's SEGA Dreamcast
info.
Info. Yeah, that's it.
-games-preservation.com.
Yeah, quite a memorable address there. But SEGA Dreamcast info-games-preservation.com.
Yeah, that's here.
That's Laurent.
But if you go to the dojo post, you can find all those things there as well. So I'm just gonna post the dojo post, link to the dojo post, and then you can go from there. It's easier, I think.
Appreciate it. Nice one.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. That's really awesome for Shenmue fans. Okay, moving on.
I'm disappointed I didn't get to talk about that. Like, I didn't get to present that news. I don't know why. And I'm disappointed.
We were really, really interested in talking about Hatsune Miku. So that's it's on you. It's on you. You had the chance.
Yeah,
especially one that can't sing.
Exactly. Useless. So speaking of movies or like projects, like what is the word they use? Transmedia, yeah, right. The transmedia part of things. Still waiting on Justin Scarpone, I think is the name of the guy who's in charge of that section. Remember we reported on that earlier this year. The guy who looks like a Disney villain, according to me. We talked about someone, going to Japan. I think it's Justin Scarpone. Yeah, exactly. And he looks like a Disney villain or something like that. There we go. Just for your viewing pleasure here. Remember this guy? Yeah, I actually got in touch with him to see if he would come on the show after I spoke. So yeah, exactly.
Would you tell him about the Disney villain thing?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Maybe you could get him to do that new Disney filter craze thing that I've been seeing quite a lot, where there's like a couple. And it shows their photo, and then there's like a filter bar that goes across.
I would add a little mustache and like a darker beard, and like a big turban or something, and he would be Jafar from Aladdin.
There you go.
Yeah,
maybe the filter would know to do that.
It already reminds me, and this is not. I don't think that this is Disney. This may be Pixar, but Despicable Me.
I don't think that's Disney at all. That's
DreamWorks?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Is it DreamWorks? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
Anyway,
was thinking about.
that was like a big tangent. What I really wanted to say, though, is that Universal Pictures and Sega announced a new movie. This time, it's Shinobi. It's Shinobi's turn. So not only are we getting a new game on the series, which is, for me, the one that I'm most, not excited, but the one I'm most relaxed about, actually.
Oh.
It's the one I'm less concerned about from the little that we've seen.
It's going to be quality.
It looks like it. And I assume it's going to be people we can trust. So, yeah. But now we also have a movie to be directed by Sam Hargrave, who was in charge of the Extraction franchise. The screenplay will be adapted by Ken Kobayashi from Sunny and Move On. And Mark Platt and Adam Siegel will produce through Mark Platt Productions. I'm saying all these names. Most of them, I have no idea who they are. Not even the projects they worked on. But I trust they will do a good job in bringing this to the silver screen. Thoughts, guys?
Why another movie? Like, before showing us anything of the other 10 that they've announced? I don't quite... And is this going to be coinciding with the new Shinobi game? So is there going to be some sort of crossover? Is it going to be animated in that sense? Or is it live action? Did it say live action in that article? And
they don't really say anything about that. Yeah.
And when are we going to start seeing these things come to fruition, like the Streets of Rage film? You know, there's a graphic I saw actually that reminded me of like loads of other films like yours.
Yeah, this one you shared with
Space
us.
5, Altered Beast, Eternal Champions, Golden Axe. Oh, Golden Axe is the
animated series. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rent a Hero #1.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember that one, but yeah.
That's like I actually had that on the list, but then I removed it because I think this one is Japan only or something. Or
possibly.
I think
would
so.
make sense, yeah. Crazy Taxi, is that a film?
I believe they included the games as well. I'm not sure. Is there a Crazy Taxi film or show coming?
See, I mean, some of these make sense because obviously you've got your Jet Set Radio, Crazy Taxi, Shinobi, Streets of Rage, and Golden Axe games that are supposed to be coming out.
Mm-hmm.
4 out of 5 there that are covered.
But we're missing Jet Set Radio here, and
maybe that's going to get announced next week. We don't know.
I don't think this is official, though. This is not official. So this was from the Sega Informant Twitter account. So they compiled this.
Are these all like rumors then, or
no? These are confirmed. Right? But Crazy Taxi, I really don't remember. We probably even talked about this on the show, but I truly don't remember anything. Virtua Fighter, yes, they're working on something. I believe we talked about it. There's also Toe Jam and Earl missing from this list.
The House of the Dead, what was that one then? Because they've already had a couple of films, haven't they? Like real bad sort of B-movie-esque type films from back in the day.
I can't really remember, to be honest.
I remember the first one because it's like not really about a house. It's like an island and the partying on an island.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like a big house.
It's a house
outside. It's an area. But I'm with you. I really want to know more about. I think the one out of all of these, the one that we know more about is the Golden Axe one. Right? True. We know what exactly it's supposed to be, who is in charge. The other ones we only have like names. This will be the director or the writer or something.
I know the Sega Informants knocked up this image, but actually seeing an image with those logos in that manner is quite exciting for a Sega fan, right? Is quite a lot of potential there to be, getting some of these brands back. If the films do as well as the Sonic film, and they probably won't do as well as the Sonic films because obviously they're going to be the flagship ones, but if they can have any % of success, it'll just be awesome to get films and TV shows and games all set in the same sort of universes. And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of these.
It's also missing Angry Birds 3.
Yeah.
So,
is that this year?
Which is important. I don't think it is. They announced like they're working on it earlier this year, but there's no really real info about that, I think. At least not yet.
Which franchise out of all them, barring obviously Sonic and Like a Dragon, are you most excited about, would you say, Casey?
I mean, right now, Golden Axe, because it's the one that we have like concrete information on. I have no idea what to expect of any of the other ones. So I have no clue what like Shinobi will be. What is it like? Is it a live action movie? Is it like an animated one? I would assume live action would be the way to go here, but like I have no idea. So I wouldn't say excited, but curious about Golden Axe because we know some information about that. The other ones, I really need to. I think Virtua Fighter is a really good idea, a really good franchise to tackle in this manner. But again, how? What are they doing? I have no idea. So yeah, it's hard to.
What about you, Lime?
I'm definitely the most curious about the Streets of Rage.
Yeah, I was going to say John Wick.
Yeah. And Shinobi as well for some reason. I just like the direction that they seem to be going there with the games, like from the little that we've seen. So yeah, those two I'm definitely the most curious and excited about.
Yeah, I
tell you what has got some good potentials. Like Eternal Champion, was it when we were talking about it? Maybe last time.
Yeah.
And
there was a movie, right, that they're going with.
Yeah.
I think like so. The story of Eternal Champions has good potential, right? All the different like times and eras.
Yeah. That sounds exciting. I'm excited about that as well. Yeah. Curious.
The one I'm really excited about is Like a Dragon, which premieres like 2 weeks from now. So.
Oh, is that close? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
That segue?
That's a segue because we really need to get moving. It's not really a segue, but it is. So last bit of news in this miscellaneous category is the Golden Joystick Awards. Yay! And so the older people listening or watching to this show will probably remember the Golden Joysticks since like forever. They've been around for a long, long time. And SEGA games have won like best game or game of the year Golden Joysticks in the past, in the distant past. But this year, there are a few categories that have SEGA-related nominees or truly SEGA nominees. And so if you go to the gamesradar.com website, and then you find the Golden Joystick. I'll put the link in the show notes, but you can vote now for your favorites in all these categories. You can vote until November 1st. That's when voting closes. A quick list of SEGA-related nominees. Best Storytelling, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Best Visual Design, Metaphor, ReFantazio. Best Soundtrack, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. Best Lead Performer, Kaiji Tang, who is Ichiban Kasuga in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Best Supporting Performer, Dawn M. Bennett, who plays Aegis in Persona 3 Reload. So 5 SEGA nominees.
Okay. Oh, the SEGA nominees are for... Okay. I was confused about why we're only mentioning one per category. I was like, what are we doing here? But okay, I got it.
Because that's what people want to vote for, the SEGA ones.
Yeah.
Or not. Yeah. But these are, quite a few. categories actually, so that's not bad. That's not bad. And I'm surprised to see Metaphor ReFantazio on the list here, considering the game is just officially out like tomorrow when we're recording this. So,
Indeed.
but it's probably games coming out until November 1st or something, and they include this because they've already seen the design of the game, and it looks really, really good, to be honest. Yeah, so you can find the link in the show notes and vote if you are so inclined. Yay. Okay. Moving on. So that's the miscellaneous part of our show. Let's go with the final four categories. But I think the two first ones are actually quick fire ones as well. Metaphor ReFantazio. It's an Italian game, obviously. It's about making pizza.
ReFantazio.
Exactly. ReFantazio. So the game is, if you're listening to this not live, it's out now. So you can now play Metaphor ReFantazio and experience the new game from the Persona 3, 4, and 5 developers. There's a demo out as well, which I was trying to play a little bit before the show so I could talk a little bit about it, but I sadly didn't have time. I installed it, but that's about it. Have you guys tried did you guys try the demo?
I haven't had time to try it, but I pre-ordered the game just based off sort of hype. I'm not really a turn-based guy, but it's just something about it has got me quite excited, actually. I feel like it might be like a PlayStation Portal type of game for me. I'll just play off to the side and just sort of enjoy. But I was actually watching a video by Happy Console Gamer that sort of got me more excited about it because he was saying it's sort of gone under people's radars a little bit. And yeah, it looks to be... Maybe not now, but back when I watched his video, there wasn't many people talking about it. But obviously, yeah, since then I feel like maybe more people are, I don't know, looking out for it now.
So the reviews are awesome. It's got 94 on Metacritic. So
I saw like a graphic and like it was like old 10s. It was insane. So
yeah. So on Xbox Series X, it has 92. 28 reviews, PC 91, 22 reviews, PS5 94, 36 reviews. Okay, so that's amazing.
And that's got to help. Yeah.
100, 195, 90, 90, 90, 85. So that's about it. It's got the Metacritic must play seal here. So yeah.
And that's just random pressed, right?
Like random. Did you see the something that kind of looks like the Majora's Mask moon in the trailer? Like there's this like huge rock in the sky with a face.
Probably the moon. Where is it?
In the trailer, somewhere there.
I missed that.
If I can get it out.
Probably, yeah. So I actually the thing that I did when I installed the demo, before you get to the title screen, there's a movie that plays, like a short intro video, and it starts in a very violent manner. Like someone gets killed. I wouldn't say it's graphic. It's like too graphic, but it's like a bit shocking because you're not expecting the game to start out like that, but it makes sense. I think this is what Lime is. Oh no, go back. Let's see if I can show it
to not start the game in front of my daughter.
There we
go. Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
I think it's the Space Colony arc.
Okay, I see.
You can see the eyes and the nose.
And the nose.
Yeah.
So it's not a Zelda thing.
It's the Eclipse
Sonic
canon.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. But like, come on. Right. Like, you're going to think about the Majora's Mask moon when you see that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
It's probably like a floating island instead, I'm thinking, but...
Probably. I've seen people say this is much better than Persona 5. Like,
what?
Persona 5 fans saying this is much better than Persona 5, which is
Are they
kind of surprising.
saying why?
I haven't read the reviews. I've just like glanced over some of the like,
I
titles,
loved Persona
headlines.
5.
Yeah,
Absolutely
too.
loved it.
so that's why I'm kind of excited about this. I think it's
I gotta
bad
get
timing
this.
though, because we have Shadow X, Sonic X Shadow Generations coming in 2 weeks, and so I know what will happen if I install this game now, and if I start playing this game now, I'll stop when Generations comes out, and then I'll never go back to it. So I'll probably hold off playing this until like later this year when I'm done with
Plus,
Generations.
apparently, and did you know this, that if you get the digital deluxe version, you get the game 3 days earlier?
Yes, that's true.
That's amazing.
And even more exciting is that you can become a noble person. You can become a noble in the what is it? Is it like it's Sealand, right? The
I
Principality of
don't know
Sealand.
why, but when I
Smallest
saw those
country.
photos, my mind immediately went to marriage photos. I was like, "Oh no, that's not what it is."
No, you get like
Is this a real place?
title. It is apparently. I didn't know about this. There's an official government account for the government of Sealand. The world's
Is that a real
smallest country.
London?
Exactly.
Not London?
London.
Okay.
No, this is the London.
The London.
Not the UK one. That's the crappy London. This is the real one. And so, yeah. And you can actually, I don't think you need the game to do this because they say become a Sealand citizen. You just need the game to become a noble person. So they will grant you a title and they will probably knight you like this. Cover your ears though.
Wow.
Sometimes.
Sir Lime Reversed.
Exactly. Sir
Is that how
Lime
we'd have to
of the
refer to
House of
you?
Reversed.
Every show moving forward, it would have to say, Sir.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Sir
indeed.
Lime Reversed. Twitch
when someone
affiliate.
comes in,
Sir.
exactly. When someone comes into my chat and just saying Lime, I'm like, excuse me, I am to be addressed as Sir Lime Reversed.
Yeah. So that's it, Lime.
Twitch, Sir Twitch affiliate.
Sir Twitch affiliate Lime Reversed. Lime of the House of Reversed. Yeah, so you should enter this competition. Yeah. Post a video on why you deserve to become nobility. Tag Atlas and SEGA, and use hashtag Sealand Nobility to apply.
Why does anyone deserve that? Like, what would I put down? Like,
I don't know. So you have until I don't know.
You 100%ed every single Sonic game.
Oh,
actually, that could be a thing. That is not many people who have done that. It's not fully done yet, but we have like 1 game left.
Almost. You have until the 31st of October to enter.
Easy.
So you have like 2 or 3 weeks to think about your pitch.
Well, then by then, Shadow X Generations will have been released. So you've got to squeeze that in as well, Lime.
Exactly.
I'm going to have to do that anyway. I'm going to talk about that later.
Okay, so that's better for ReFantazio. Coming out, if you're watching this live, tomorrow. If you're listening or watching to the podcast version, it's already out, and go play it if you are so inclined. I'm going to wait a little bit, but hopefully we can still talk about this until the end of this season of the show. I'm actually excited about trying this. Okay, next up, and before we get into like the meatiest topics, Alien Isolation turned 10 years old this week,
isn't it?
which is
that's amazing. 10 years.
That's mind-boggling.
Like 10 years.
Yeah,
how is it 10 years?
I don't know. I didn't realize. So it's like as old as the Sega launch. It's like kind of mind-boggling.
That's so goddamn old. I mean, I'm sorry.
It is though. And they actually celebrated the occasion by announcing something that got me personally very excited. I don't know if it translates well to the video of this document, but they actually, the Creative Assembly, share that they are working on a sequel to Alien Isolation, which is really exciting to me. This is a game that I'm not a big Alien fan. I'm not a big horror game fan. I'm not a fan of horror games at all, actually. But I somehow I decided to try this on stream during the pandemic. And since then, I completed the game on stream. And since then, I've played the game like 2 or 3 more times. And I have it on my Steam Deck.
Wow.
I have it on my phone. I have it on my Xbox. So I really do enjoy this. It's nerve-wracking, terrifying at times, but I do enjoy this. And I'm really excited to play a sequel whenever that's ready to come out. What about you guys?
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I I wasn't as into the original as other people are. I just hate that sort of looking over your shoulder non-stop, constant sort of fear.
I did too.
I
I love
kind of
this one.
hated that in like towards the end of Resident Evil 2, is it? Like the whole first half of Resident Evil 2 is like you could just wander around, get keys, like sort of take your time, and then you reach a point where that like Nemesis guy or whatever is just following you non-stop, and it's like that in Alien Isolation from like the first minute almost. And then you've got like these weird cyborg type people,
the androids,
as well, android things. So
you are
I
getting
don't like that
hysterical.
pressure. Yeah, I don't like playing games with that much amount of pressure, but I can appreciate it, and I'm excited that there's a sequel as well because it is a beloved. You know, that's actually a game that, when you think about previous history with the Alien franchise and SEGA, it hasn't been the best. Like Alien versus Predator wasn't really a hit, and then Colonial Marines, whatever it was called, was like a joke. Really, wasn't it? Back when it was released, like people were like,
Yeah.
mocking how bad it was.
Mhm.
But this is like sort of a good resurgence of the Alien franchise in video game form, and yeah, I'm happy. I can't believe it's been a decade because that sort of gap between original and sequel is a massive amount. That's like only 5 years shy of what we were waiting for Shenmue 3. So, but it doesn't feel that long.
Other times, right? Other times, and a different kind of game as well.
True.
And it's the game plays really well. It's like not something that really needs any kind of remastered version or anything. Lime, you have played this, right?
I have not. I have actually just seen it on. I've seen so many people play it on stream though, and I figured that
I've seen a dude play it with a steering wheel.
but I'm not like I'm not like fully like convinced. Like, oh yes, I'm gonna have a very good time. Like I've played and enjoyed games like Slender, Outlast, like scary horror games like that. But I don't know, like throughout the years, I'm becoming less and less like wanting to play games like that.
I've never been into any sort of like horror games or movies. Not really my thing. I think it's probably like during the pandemic, people somehow convinced me to play this.
People do crazy things.
Yeah,
like
using
play
the heart
Alien
rate
Isolation.
monitor, like Resident SD is saying. I use the heart rate monitor throughout my playthrough. I don't think I'm easily scared. However, I do remember playing every time I play this game, like the later stages of the game are quite it's not just being scary, they're stressful. Because you're running away from something, or you're like if you don't hurry up, you're gonna die or something like that. So, or if you don't hurry up through a certain section, there's an android, and then there's the alien on the other side, and that's the stressful part. It's not really like there is not much in terms of jump scares. There are some moments like that, but it's more of the stress of the situation, I think. And there are always parts of the game that no matter how much I play it, I always get like stuck and have to replay the level, replay again and again. But it's enjoyable for me somehow. Not sure why, but it is. Maybe it's like thinking back to that moment during the pandemic when we were all like crazy and streaming on Twitch and stuff. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, we were crazy in streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, two things. Very important things. Also, to celebrate, Sega partnered with Lo-Fi Girl, who you may know from doing these lo-fi streams, like 24/7 streams. And you have a video on YouTube of lo-fi beats to get chills to, which is interesting. So it's like the Lo-Fi Girl look, but with the alien on the Sevastopol station as in Alien Isolation.
I mean, that's fitting in time for October.
Great marketing as well.
Yeah. Really good idea. The collab we didn't know we needed. Yeah. Good job, Sega. Also, the soundtrack is releasing on both vinyl and cassette tape. So you can get that from im8bit.com, and you can get the vinyl for, somehow this says dollars, but it's, just convert that to your own currency, $32.99, so $33 for the vinyl and $20 for the cassette with the soundtrack to Alien Isolation. So
lime green.
Exactly. Or the slime green, maybe. Like the
slime
alien
green,
slime.
maybe, yeah.
I don't know. It's like actually like the motion detector thing that you have in the game. But it's really the cassette tape looks really nice. The sound of your headphones sound like you were removing a cassette from the cassette player.
Yeah. There you go. A little bit of added ambience.
Nice. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, it's actually a soundtrack on a motion tracker green cassette.
Yes, exactly. The motion tracker.
You're right.
Yeah. Because
that's like the design a new category of paint. When you go to a hardware store and they've got all these funny names of paints. Motion tracker green.
Whereas the vinyl is blood green vinyl. Blood green. And there you go. This looks
blood is always green.
Actually exactly. This looks really nice though. Yeah, if you're into this or if you collect vinyls or anything, you should consider this. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for Alien Isolation. I think that was brief. Yeah. And so for the last 25 minutes or so of show, we have Like a Dragon and Sonic, as per usual, the big two. So in terms of Like a Dragon, who wants to I don't know if people imagine being a person who's not into not on any social media, on any not on YouTube, not anything. The only source of Sega news you have is the Sega Lounge. Will people believe what we're going to say next about the Like a Dragon series?
Well, I mean, we've not let them down so far, are we? So I think we're pretty trustworthy.
We are we? I think we are. Yeah. So
I'd say so.
A new game was announced in the Like a Dragon series, starring Majima, and he is a pirate. So it's Like a Dragon, pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. And even the announced trailer is like full on Majima. It's like magical. Oh, it's the captions are in Brazilian Portuguese for some reason, but they're not. So Majima loses his memory and washes up on a beach somewhere in Hawaii, and apparently becomes a pirate. That's it. Which, to be honest, is probably not the strangest thing that they've ever done in this series. Probably.
No?
I don't think so. There were zombies at some point in Yakuza
What?
Dead Souls. Yeah, Yakuza Dead Souls. The
Oh.
first Yakuza game I've ever played. Yeah.
Wow.
And there's a
Like,
little
a question.
cat. Mhm.
Question. Like, why Hawaii? Is there is Hawaii known for having pirates? Like, is that the connection, or like, is there no connection between that? Is it just Hawaii?
I would say two things. Infinite Wealth is set in Hawaii, partially.
Okay.
Most of it.
Well, there we go.
So probably, and as it says here, so this part of the Polycana island with the toxic waste, that's part of the Infinite Wealth story. So there's like some sort of connection, probably.
There we go.
Also, the ocean between Hawaii and Japan. So maybe that's like the idea of some sort of like deal and pirates in the Pacific Ocean or
Swashbuckling
something.
adventure.
Mm.
It's a swashbuckling adventure indeed. Yeah. So yeah, so that's it. Thoughts? I'm gonna show more images, more videos of the different trailers they've released, because they've released a lot of information about this game. It's coming out in
I was going
February.
to ask you
but-
actually, based on what you're seeing in like these other trailers, like the side activities and stuff, is there anything remotely unique to this, or is it just like the sort of the pirate aspect, the ship battles, which reminds me, like, you know, when Assassin's Creed sort of did that U-turn from,
Yeah.
you know, with Black
Mhm.
Flag, like
Yeah.
possibly the next Yakuza game could be set in France. I don't know. Paris. And then there could be a London Yakuza later. But yeah, it's
It
pretty
is-
cool. But sorry, Lime, what you saying, man?
I was just gonna say, like, it is definitely like an interesting and also unexpected, for me at least, combination, like Yakuza and pirates. Like, I do wonder what the thought process behind that was. Like, was it like, oh, pirates are popular now, let's like do a mix of the two, or like if there's a more like another reason for why this.
I mean, story-wise, they usually make it make sense. Even though it's out there,
makes sense.
it'll-
It's out there, but
yeah,
it makes
it'll
sense.
make
Yeah,
sense.
that's true. That's true.
This looks cool.
Like,
to
I'm
answer-
not questioning it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm asking, like it is an interesting character combination. I'm not saying it's a bad combination. It's just, for me, unexpected, and so I'm grabbing after like some kind of explanation still.
Is this new content, Casey, like that?
This is
that
the adventure trailer. So it's just like you're walking through Hawaii and doing things. So this, when you to answer your first question, if this is something new, so the way I'm seeing or looking at this, and also to answer Lime's question in terms of like the thought process behind this, I think this is a Gaiden game, just like we had the man who
Erase this thing.
raised his name, yeah.
Erased. I was looking for the word. The man who erased his name last year, which was a Gaiden game, like a side game
Right.
featuring Kiryu. This is a Gaiden game starring Majima. And they Kiryu was like had like the secret agent mechanics in that game. He was like working for a secret organization. He was like secret agent. That was like the gimmick of that game in the shorter game as well, I think. It's actually a pretty beefy game, but it's shorter than like Infinite Wealth, for example. I'm
And I guess
looking
it's
at
for
this the same way. So it's like...
I guess it's for like the brawler type of fan as well, of the combat, right? This looks to
for
me
sure,
like
for sure.
brawler, not the turn-based.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. This is the battle, the combat gameplay trailer, and so I think they were trying to find something that would make sense for Majima. It had to be something out there because it's
Since he's
Majima.
blind in one eye anyway. It's like-
Exactly.
yeah.
This has probably been a comparison that people have made many times in the past. He looks like a pirate. He looks like a pirate, and so why not? We have Hawaii.
Oh,
So why not?
Yeah,
Right?
Okay, yeah. I can't believe I didn't see that until now.
I think it's like a combination of all of
course.
these things. Is there?
Of course, they went. With
Look at
that
him! Look at him! Oh,
combination.
this
Like
looks good.
I guess a personality as well, but like the
Yeah.
the eye patch, of course.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
come on.
Exactly. So,
No, it
and
makes sense.
is it all new? Probably not. It's probably mostly recycled stuff or like adapted to Majima's character and like personality and story. But it's. I think I'm looking at this like a guide in a game. You could dress up Kiryu in different ways as well. You can do that with Majima in this game. So it's like same thing. Side activities. You have like the ship thing. You instead of I don't know if there's some sort of like you had the island that like the Animal Crossing type mini game in Infinite Wealth for those who played that.
Pokemon thing, was it?
That's also part of like yeah that's that as well. But I'm thinking of the island thing that looked like Animal Crossing. You had to like customize your island and like have new guests in and do what they wanted and like buy them gifts and stuff. So maybe there's something like that related to that in this, maybe with your ship or something. You can customize your ship or something. So I don't think it's anything new, but because it's Majima, it's going to be even more out there, even more crazy. And why not? Because it's like a dragon. Anything goes.
Yeah.
Why not?
So coming February 25th, 28th. It's last day of February 2025. Like a Dragon Pirate
Leap
Yakuza
year?
in Hawaii.
No, 28th is like a normal year. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next year.
Leap year would be
is a-
29.
Yeah.
Which was this year, I believe. Okay. And to close off this section of Like a Dragon news, we had the release of the official trailer, like the proper trailer for Like a Dragon Yakuza, the TV, like the Prime Video show. And I wanted to very briefly ask you guys for reactions to this. What are your thoughts about the show after seeing this trailer? Because this is new for us, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm looking forward to watching it. It's just something about it still doesn't like excite me at like an exciting level. But I think it looks good. And I am looking forward to watching it. It's something I watch with my wife, and yeah,
And your
It's
kids,
I mean,
right?
yeah, of course, yeah. Especially with all this violence and blood and whatnot. But it looks good.
How can you say that this is not exciting? Have you not seen how much of half nakedness there is in this trailer? My gosh.
This bit looks good, actually. The sort of recreation of Kamurocho and stuff. But
so I have
I'm
mixed
still
feelings
sort
about
of-
the visuals as well.
I mean, they're shirtless. They're shirtless.
What
They're
were you
shirtless.
thinking, Casey? Because I kind of I didn't want to say that it. I think it looks good, but it doesn't look like Hollywood levels. It looks a little bit below that, if that makes sense.
I think it looks the way it should, to be honest.
This reminded me of Shenmue Online.
Yeah.
Shenmue Online with the dragon.
I think it looks the way it should.
Yeah.
It just there are bits of it, especially the night shots, that feel like a dragon or a Yakuza, and like the day shots, like it's like a little bit weird. I don't know if that makes sense. It's not like I'm not complaining about the quality of it being not Hollywood-like or anything, or not to the standards of Hollywood. That's not my complaint. I don't care about that. I just wanted to be faithful to the games and to feel like it's Kamurocho. I feel like at night, it kind of makes sense if you think about it. Like Kamurocho comes alive at night with all the lights and neons and everyone on the street. So, but I'm still excited about it. I'm still excited about the story. It's looks to be the Kiwami story or the Yakuza 1 story. So I'm excited about it. Yeah. What about you, Lime?
I am very excited for it in the way that I'm curious. I can't really get a feel for if it's gonna be awesome or just meh from looking at the trailer. But since it's Yakuza, I'm very much excited to just go in and see what it actually is, because it could be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Majima
I think
looks
it has
crazy.
potential.
So that's something. Yeah. And it's like the characters seem it. Kiryu, yeah, will probably grow on me. I don't know.
As he
Cars
grows
fall
older
from the
himself.
sky. So yeah,
That's true.
That's something. Okay, so that's October 25th, 2 weeks from now. Very, very close.
Very soon. Yeah.
Very soon. Which is also the date when we're getting Sonic, isn't it? Sonic X Shadow Generations?
Yeah, because 3 days prior is the 22nd, isn't it? Which is the early
for
access.
the digital, like deluxe digital edition, right? Get
That's
the
right.
3 days.
The digital deluxe edition,
Yeah. Speaking of, oh, by the way, just a quick caveat here. I was saying you could watch the show with your kids because there's a trailer for Yakuza Kiwami, the remastered version coming to Switch, in which the father plays with his son, like his little kid. Have you seen that? Have you watched that trailer?
I think, didn't you show that last time?
I don't think, did I?
I don't know. It sounds very familiar.
I can't remember, but they're saying, yes, you can play the Yakuza games with your kids. So why not watch the TV show as well? Food for thought. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Be responsible. Do the right thing.
I mean, some things, like when it comes to age limits, it becomes a little higher if there is an adult present. Like, if you're this age, you can watch this alone, but you can watch it with a parent, for example, or with someone older.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's something.
Yeah. Yeah. So in terms of Sonic, which is our final category of news, as we're approaching the end of this show, first of all, Sonic Dream Team. So Lime, would you care to talk about Sonic Dream Team and what we've recently gotten in terms of content?
Well, I've just recently went back to Sonic Dream Team and experienced like all of the DLC, like update 1, 2, 3, and then this latest thing. They've added the Tails challenges. Now they are daily and not like weekly that they were before. As far as I remember, you had to wait a week until you can do the next Tails challenges. Now they are daily, and with the Tails challenges, you can unlock power-ups, such as, like, you can glide a lot further with Knuckles, which is very, very, very welcome. It's actually a lot more fun to play that way. You can do a stomp with Sonic, which is also very welcome. I wish that was base move, actually, because it really gives you a lot more precision about where you want to land, and that has been a problem a few times for me. They have added I think it was in this update where they was it in this update? No, it wasn't this update where they added Sweet Dreams. No, that was an earlier update.
New soundtracks, right? New music tracks.
I was thinking about the whole what do I call it? Like the game section, like the section of the game with more harder stages that you could do.
Oh, okay.
but that's not
Like
a part.
hard
No,
mode.
no. Yeah,
I
exactly.
think
Hard mode.
that's probably like 1 or
Yeah,
2 updates ago, I believe.
yeah, indeed. That's not this this update, because this update is power ups, which we've talked about,
Mhm.
daily rewards, which we've talked about,
Score attack
uh,
levels.
score attack levels. Right, but that's also a part of the Tails challenges. Like there are what do you call them? Like bullseye boards,
Mhm.
like those round
Dartboards.
things that kind of look like a dart
Like a
board
target,
kind of
like a
thingy. Yeah, target
bullseye.
thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so you fly or jump through those, and you get points for that. And for each enemy or target thingy that you uh, combo, then you get more for the next one, because you are adding to the multiplier,
Yeah, yeah.
the more that you combo, and so
Mhm.
you get more points that way, and you're supposed to get as of course as much points as you can.
Yeah, I think I
And
saw that. I saw you playing that part of the game. Yeah, you're
yeah,
like destroying like targets and enemies, and like your
indeed,
multiplier goes up every time you destroy another one, and then you have like
yeah,
a
yeah,
little timer, right, that goes down,
yeah,
and
exactly.
before that timer runs out, you have to kill another enemy so you can keep your combo going.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
interesting thing, like the timer can stop, but it only actually stops once you hit the ground. So even if the timer has
Oh, yeah.
stopped, you can continue like until you hit the ground. So after
Okay.
that, it basically becomes like the floor is lava.
Mhm.
There's also those kinds of challenges as well. I don't know when that is added, but there are also like whole challenges of basically the floor is lava. Like the more you run on the ground, like when you touch the ground, then a timer starts ticking, and then when you get to the end, it gives you a rank based on how much time that was, and the lower time it is, the the higher rank that you get, which is
Mhm.
also a very interesting
Cool.
challenge.
Did it
So
make the game even better in your opinion?
with the power ups, yes, definitely. That will definitely be what I would say makes the game better, and that makes me happy that I waited until this to get back to like all of the DLC, because it definitely became a lot easier as well to S rank some stages, because they haven't taken into consideration that you could fly that far with Knuckles, for example.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah,
So that's a welcome
there
update.
are some things that I think is like interesting to mention. Like we've talked a lot about positive things with this DLC. I don't know when this happened, because I just got back to it, but there are a lot of bugs there, and some bugs are very interesting. I think, because it basically, because like there are, for example, one of them, there is this challenge where you are supposed to find 6 shards, and when you want to get an S rank, then you get them in the highest in the lowest time possible. And but the thing is, in some of the stages, the timer stops ticking, and usually it stops ticking at a point like a minute or something. And if the S rank is a minute and 2 seconds, then that's basically a guaranteed S rank. You can take as long as you want, because the timer is now stopped, and it doesn't matter, because you're gonna get that S rank.
Success.
Yeah,
Success.
and it's not all like that's definitely a bug. Like
No, that's
that's not
probably just
all
your version of
stages
the game.
even.
They were thinking, "Oh, this guy needs to S rank everything.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
make his life easier."
And like another thing, like another exploit that I found is that in the same kind of mission, we were supposed to get the shards.
Mhm.
Um, it happened like oh, I didn't get the time that I wanted. Okay, I'll just restart. But when I restarted, the shards didn't return. So I just started a new, not a new game, but like I started like retrying the thing, but then there was nothing to get, so it was impossible to do anything. So I had to quit it and then get back to it. So then I figured out, oh, what if I collect every shard except for one, then restart. Now all of the ones that I've already grabbed are not going to return, but there's one left, but the timer restarts. So I just restart and then go and get that one shard left, and then that's instant S rank.
I'm taking notes for when I play the game again.
Speedrun tactics.
So it's like those things that I'm very surprised is still there. That should have been caught.
They're probably still ironing out the kinks for this.
Yeah,
I'm guessing, because they're also working on another game, which we'll talk about in a bit. Sonic Rumble, right? I think they're also working on that. So maybe they're like stretched a bit too thin.
Yeah, screw Sonic Dream Team. We're working on Sonic Rumble now.
Yeah, that's probably the main focus now. I'm surprised about the number of updates that Sonic Dream Team has gotten. Like 4 updates.
Yeah, definitely. I really didn't expect this last one.
That if we're being honest, it didn't need updates. It was a good
it
game.
Felt pretty complete, didn't it, when it came out?
Yeah.
So it's only like it bodes well for Sega Hardlight and the work they're doing, right?
Yeah. The power-ups, I will say, is a very welcome addition.
Okay. Speaking of Sonic Rumble, it's I think tomorrow starts the second phase of pre-launch or pre-launch phase 2 or whatever it is, coming to more countries. Still not mine, unfortunately, so I can't speak to the quality of the game, but it's launching soon-ish, winter 2024. I mean, if it's really winter, like literally winter, it's after December 21st. But maybe they're thinking about like November or December, right?
Maybe. Is that not autumn?
It is.
November.
But technically, but I don't know. People think of winter like December is winter in their minds. So maybe like late
December
this
the
year.
1st, possibly.
Because winter 2024, they'll not release this on Christmas Day, for example, or something like that. That wouldn't make sense. So yeah. But we're
going to play this, right? I will so want to play this.
We need to play this together. It's now coming to iOS and Android devices, but also PC.
Woohoo!
So that's something new. So it's gonna be releasing on. So you don't need to really have a mobile device. You can play this on your PC now, and I'm guessing that will be cross-play. Right?
Do we know, because I don't see that here, is the PC going to take longer, like a later release than iOS and Android?
They say it's winter 2024 as well.
Okay. Well, there we go.
So it should come out at the same time, or roughly at the same time, I believe. Several people,
rumble.
Thousands of people have been playing this game and testing it out.
Get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble. It looks fun. I have to say.
It does look fun.
It looks fun.
It's not like my cup of tea type of game, but I reckon once you start playing it, you'll just really enjoy it, because I probably would say the same thing about Fall Guys. And then after like Ravsig was going on about Fall Guys being one of his favorite games or whatever, kind of makes you want to give these things a go. And I reckon once you start playing this type of game, it will be just like loads of fun. I don't know what it is. Like these like somewhat of a barrier of entry for me for like these type of games, whether it's like the competitive nature of it, like the PvP aspect, and like, I don't know, fear of failing. But just in terms of like pure fun, it looks great. It looks like Sonic Shuffle mini games, but it's like a full-fledged game.
Yeah, but James, we can make it as long as we stick together. Together we
I
are
feel
stronger.
like this kind of
Best
game,
friends forever.
best friends,
Like that.
fearless, the year of Shadow the Hedgehog. Just keep saying like taglines and stuff. I feel
Slogans.
like this type of game is not the same as like playing a Call of Duty game or something. You really
Yeah.
need to be good at it
Mm.
and competitive, and if you don't, you suck, and everyone like screams
Everyone's
at
gonna
you and
hate
stuff.
you.
Everyone's gonna hate you,
Well,
right?
you don't know. They might be. They might be like an 11-year-old shouting down his microphone at you. Get
Screw
good.
Jim, no
you,
one is
Skill
gonna
Jim.
hate you.
I'm gonna tell my dad. But this, because like Fall Guys, for example, you're like they're literally Fall Guys, like stumbling and like they don't. The physics are all wrong, and that's what makes it fun. I've played Fall Guys quite a bit, and I feel like it's fun. It's not that hard to get to the top 10, top 5, even like win a couple of games every now and then. So I feel like this is that sort of game, and like the chaotic nature of it makes it even more fun. It's like fun to fail. Like 32 players playing together. That's gonna be like
This
very
game
chaotic.
is free to play and fun to fail.
Yeah, and they said they are not adding like gacha mechanics, so you don't
Right.
have to pay to unlock stuff, right?
Interesting.
So I'm curious about how they are making money with this, but that remains to be seen.
Like
But-
even characters, not behind like a paywall or anything.
Apparently not, because it's not popular in the West. They said that kind of gameplay is not popular in the West. So maybe things will be
Indeed.
time based. I don't know. We will unlock stuff, or maybe there will be ads. I have no idea. I have no idea how they'll make money out of this, but I'm guessing there will be something. Okay, so now to close things off the best way possible, Sonic X Shadow Generation. So I have a lot of things here, like links that I shared with you guys, but maybe we can just like briefly, generally talk about this. We're 2 weeks away from Sonic X Generations. We've learned quite a bit more about this since we last spoke about the game in late August. We've had the Dark Beginnings animations, 3 of them. Was this the last one, or will there be another one next week?
I'm
Probably.
pretty sure there's going to be another, just from the way that the third one ended, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we should spoil them for people who want to enjoy they're very short animation, like 3-4 minutes
Yeah.
long.
Really
They're
good, though.
really nicely
They're
done.
very good.
Very good. Like the voice acting, like the visuals are amazing.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, and
fight
and
scene
like,
in this
yeah.
last one, in this like most recent one. Like
Yeah,
that
and
fighting scene.
in this most recent one, the music.
The music as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
My
there's
God.
like the vocal track as well. It's
Exactly.
really professionally well done. Yeah.
Yeah. So it screams quality. So
Yeah.
that bodes well for the game as well, which I'm guessing will be good from people's reactions to trailers and to not trailers, to the demos and stuff at events. But we'll see. So right now, from 1 to 10, how excited are you for this game, Lime?
Can you ever put a 10? But I would
Of course you can.
say a 9.
Okay.
I am definitely hyped for it. I am thinking that this is going to solidify Sonic Generations as my favorite Sonic game.
Okay.
Definitely. That's what I'm thinking. That's at the level that I'm thinking that this is going to be at.
I mean,
That feels like
technically,
a
it
10.
is Sonic Generations
Yeah,
and more. So
indeed.
yeah.
What about you, James?
I'm getting more and more excited as things go on. So I'm probably about an 8 at the moment, if I'm truth be told. Like I think you might have got it linked, but there's like a sort of an interview with Izuka-san, and sort of how the progressively, again, it's I guess it's marketing, but just like with the Dark Beginnings animation series, it's like adding more and more and more excitement for this game's release. So how good the quality of the animations are, and the fact that it's sort of like a prologue to essentially what the storyline is going to be like in Shadow X Generations. So like, definitely try and watch these animations before the game releases. Especially if you've never played, I think that was what he was saying, if you've never played a Shadow game before, like storyline, so your Sonic Adventure 2 or Shadow the Hedgehog itself, check out the animations first to sort of get the context of what's going on. And then that as well, that got me hyped. The fact that we're going to be getting Sonic 3 movie DLC, so just seeing like the sort of the cityscape environment,
Right,
like a
we didn't talk about that
brand
yet.
new. So like the thing with Generations is it's like remakes of previous stages, but that is going to be like a completely, like I don't know what to expect from that stage because it's going to be brand new. And the shadow model, they've gone for the movie-esque shadow model as well, which looks really cool.
Yeah.
And the voice of Keanu Reeves.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that got me really hyped actually for the game, because in my head there's like an amount of content that I'm expecting, but now there's like even more content that they've sort of promised.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
they're
going to be.
They're including stages based on the movie. For heaven's sake, that's amazing.
I know, that is a great idea. Such a great
Lime,
idea.
it's a 10. It's a 10. You don't get to speak about the game like that and say it's just a 9. It's a 10.
I want to play it. I want to play it so much.
Okay. Yeah.
The shadow stuff looks amazing, doesn't it? Look how smooth. And
this is more and more for me. This is more and more Shadow Generations featuring Sonic or something like that. Because
yeah,
you know, we know what Sonic Generations is, as you said, Live. It's a good game. It's many people's like favorite Sonic game. I think I
excuse me, am I hearing hesitation in your voice?
Yeah, I've said this before. I think last time, or like the previous 2 episodes or something. As years went by, I grew a little bit colder in terms of like my feelings towards Sonic Generations.
Wow, how dare you say that to my face?
We hype it up too much. And since then, a lot of good stuff came out, and we just like hang on to the feeling of getting Generations at a very particularly dark time in Sonic game history. But that said, the more I see of this game, the more excited I am. I know the Sonic Generations part will be enjoyable because I remember enjoying this when I last played this. I'm very curious about the Shadow part, the Shadow Generations part. It looks amazing. And all the marketing around this, all the promotion, all the reveals, the DLC, the movie DLC, everything. I think they're doing an exceptionally good job of promoting this game and getting me hyped for it. If there are other people who I'm sure there are who were not as excited about this when they first announced the game, the re-release of Sonic Generations, I think they're doing a good job of like turning these people like to the dark side, to the shadowy side.
That's kind of where I'm at. Just the more they show, the more excited I get by it. I guess it's similar to sort of concept to the Football Manager roadmap. It's like the revealing things in stages. So like initially you might not be super hyped because it's like, oh, well, we've played Sonic Generations before. This new Shadow stuff looks cool. But then they're showing so much like substance to what this game's going to essentially become that you can't help but feel more hyped as we go along. It's definitely the bug is starting to get at me.
Yeah,
Shadowbug, and it's been so long I've played Sonic Generations that I'm even excited just to play that again.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like on new or like recent hardware, like even if it's just a little bit. Yeah, sorry.
They've added like some bits to the original stuff as well, like the drop dash. I think he revealed in this. I don't know if that was known before.
And,
like chow hunting,
getting chows things. I don't know. I don't remember
chow
what they
hunting.
call it. But
chow hunting.
Yeah, chow hunting. Yeah.
So I feel like I'm the same as you right now, James. I'm excited for Generations, but not as I don't think excited is the right word. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm reasonably excited for it, but I'm really excited for the Shadow stuff,
Yeah.
which is like they've put a lot of thought and heart into this and work into this. So it looks
I
amazing.
mean, if the shadow thing was not there, I would consider not getting it because, like, what? Like, it's
Lies.
It's Sonic Generations with a drop dash, and then
Lies.
like some chow challenges. Like, would that be enough? Maybe not for me.
You would
Here's
still
one
get it.
line. If there was no Sonic Generations attached, had they just literally released a game called Shadow Generations,
Mm.
do you think that would have had the same amount of excitement, or if not more? Had they
I figured that the shadow part is basically the only thing that people are hyped about because
Yeah.
it's like the other part is Sonic Generations, which people already have, and like sure they call it a remaster, but I've yet to see what's actually remastered about
I think
the
that's the
thing.
thing when it's
Like a
attached to Sonic Generations, it's
coat of
got this
paint.
sort of this is just a remastered game feeling to it, even though there is all this new content. So I was wondering, like, if the game was just Shadow Generations, would bizarrely more people be excited just because it
I
feels
have a
like a new
take on
game?
that. I have a take on that. I don't know if it's a hot take or not. I feel like this was the right move.
Okay.
So hear me out. Bear with me. Imagine they announce new game coming out, Shadow Generations. What will people think about immediately? Shadow with a gun, Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, I don't want to relive that again. Oh, we're gonna get Shadow with a gun, and then they'll have to do damage control throughout like, the whole, like, I don't know, year when this was announced. They had like a year to hype up the Shadow bits, but they would have to be doing damage control. Oh no, it's not that. It's something new. It's like, whereas doing this, they throw a known quantity at you. It's Sonic Generations, okay? But there's more. There's the shadow part. And you're not thinking about, shadow with the gun. You're thinking, okay, it's something that I know and love. And there's probably shadow with the gun, which is like a little bit of extra content. I don't mind. I'll play Sonic Generations maybe.
Oh.
Okay. And then as time goes on, they start unveiling new stuff, and there's this and there's that and there's more content, and the shadow part is probably even bigger than and longer than the Sonic part, and you're like, oh, so maybe this is something even more interesting. I was gonna get this because it's Sonic Generations, but now I'm excited for the shadow part as well, and even more so.
Are you saying that if it was not a tie-in with Sonic Generations, like it would just be like a Shadow the Hedgehog game, that people would expect Shadow with a gun in that case?
They would
but
probably
they're not now
the
because it's
initial
tied to Sonic
reaction would
Generations.
not be as good, I think.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't great, because I didn't see a lot of people like really excited and over the moon for Sonic X Shadow Generations when it was announced. But for a lot of people, Sonic Generations is their favorite game. So, okay, I'll play Sonic Generations with extra shadow content, right?
Yeah.
So I think from a marketing perspective, it makes sense.
Yeah.
This way, now you're pleasantly surprised that there's a lot of shadow content that seems to be even better than the Sonic content.
Yeah.
Right?
Do we think that the shadow content would be enough for its own game, or is that why it's a tie-in? Like it's not that much content.
I think it would be enough for just its own game.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like, especially with the movie DLC and stuff, there's plenty of content there for it to be what Sonic Generations was, but for Shadow. But I think when it wasn't initially released, we were like, oh, there's only going to be like 3 or 4 stages for Shadow. It's going to be like almost like DLC in a sense to Sonic Generations. But the shadow aspect seems to have overtaken that, which is like what Casey's saying. Gradually, we're seeing more and more, and yeah, I'm really excited for it now. And it could essentially be called Shadow Generations for all I care. And the Sonic thing is like, oh, you get this free game from back in the day, from 13 years ago, which again is scary, but
that's what I'm thinking right now. When I think about this game, it's Shadow, and there's the other game as well in there.
Yeah.
So I think from a marketing perspective,
this is basically
it was a good
like
move.
this Shadow Generations, because that's the part that I care about right now.
Yeah.
Because it's new and it's apparently good.
What's the title order? Is it Sonic X Shadow, or is it Shadows X? Yeah, okay.
It is. Yeah. Also, by the way, we didn't mention this, but they announced like a collaboration between Sonic and DC, and Shadow is Batman. For Batman Day, they released like this short animation in which Shadow is dressed up as Batman. And we know that Sonic will be the Flash, and I can't remember the other ones.
Silver will be Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Amy will be Wonder Woman.
Who's Green Lantern?
Silver is Green Lantern.
Silver, okay.
And then Knuckles is Superman.
Oh yeah. What about Tails? No Tails?
Yeah.
Tails is Cyborg.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's it. Very good. Good job. Good memory. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm actually quite excited about this. If there's merch, I want it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shadow as Batman is such a good fit. Like, heck yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Flash and Sonic, like that's like a given, I feel.
Yeah,
exactly.
He referenced that in the first film, didn't he? I think he was reading the Flash comic, so I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Do you think something was in the works since then, or was that inspired this collab?
Maybe? And apparently, Lime, you shared a tweet by someone who put together like a montage of part of these new animations. Right. There's something that Maria says to Shadow that's like taken from one of those like Nolan Batman films.
Yeah, indeed.
So maybe it was intended, like was intentional.
Yeah, like it really feels like the lines that are in the Shadow anime and from the Batman movies, like they are too close to each other to be a coincidence. I feel like it has to be.
Yeah, it looks like it. So I don't think there are. Oh, there we go. We have captions here.
Just randomly, what's Batman's? Is someone dies or something in Batman? Right? Was it someone called Maria? I don't know.
No. His parents are killed as a child.
Okay, what am I thinking of? Do you think with Maria?
Yeah, it makes sense. Like everything. No, but it's something that like Maria says. Oh no, I screwed this up. Yeah, okay. So Maria says something in the animation. It's
inside that defines you.
What you do or what's inside that defines you, right?
Yeah.
And it's a little bit like what is said in one of the Nolan films as well. So there we go.
What I was thinking of, is it someone's got the same name in both Superman and Batman, and then there was like Batman versus Superman, and they're both crying over this.
Martha.
Sorry.
Martha.
I got it wrong. Apparently, it's not who you are underneath that defines you. It's what you do.
It's what you do. Yeah. But that's it. Like both Superman's and Batman's mums are called Martha. Yeah, and that's one of like.
Did they go Martha?
Martha, why did you say that name? Yeah. That's a movie. That's a movie. Batman v Superman. Yeah. Okay, but Sonic V Shadow Generations. No, Sonic X Shadow Generations is coming out very, very soon, and we are planning a special episode just to talk about this game at some point. So when you get it, play it, and then come back, and we'll probably spend like 2 hours or so talking about this. This is one of the big games of the year in terms of like the Sega calendar. Another one is Metaphor ReFantazio. And just as a quick way to bookend this conversation about Sonic X Shadow Generations, Metaphor ReFantazio is another good example of how Sega's marketing machine is working really well, and also Like a Dragon. They've been doing a very good work of promoting their games and hyping them up, right? Which was not always the case in previous years. And with previous decent games that they released, or good games that they released. I'm thinking about like the Valkyria Chronicles series, for example, as an example. Good games, very good games that were not promoted the way they should have. Even the first Yakuza games were not promoted the right way. And so that's why that series took a long time to get off the ground in the West. So I'm glad to see that they're doing a good job of hyping up their games and promoting them and explaining what they are and like showing like the good things that they're doing in these different titles. It's a little bit early to talk about this, but so far, do you think 2024 was a good year for Sega?
I think so. I think after what's about to come, especially the Sonic 3 movie as well at the end of the year,
and Shadow
I think
Generation.
I think we will be saying it was a good year.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. We'll have more time to discuss this at length closer to the end of the year here on the Sega launch. So guys, that's all we have for the news, and I think that's a lot. So thank you very much for
You did.
Yeah, sorry.
You missed
miss
one
something?
Oh
my God.
headline, Casey.
My God.
So this was like in the Misc section,
Okay.
the limited run games one. So I don't know if you skipped.
Oh, yes.
accidentally,
That's a very. I added this today. That's why I missed it. Yeah. Thank you for.
Can I also after that mention something that I forgot to talk about?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
So if
the limited run games one, I think it's worth mentioning because it's ending in like a couple of days. So obviously it's just been the 25th anniversary of the Sega Dreamcast in America, and Limited Run Games have done an awesome Sega Dreamcast anniversary lineup of merch that is going to be, I guess, gone for good in 4 days' time. It says last chance on stuff, which I was slightly unexpected by, like with the trading card aspect, because I was thinking the trading cards might be on the website even past this date. It's like, oh, I'll buy a product and I'll buy a pack of trading cards or something and try and collect. But it seems like all this merchandise is going to go in 4 days' time. So if you wanted to pick up the trading cards, which have like a lot of iconic Dreamcast artwork on there, and there's a few Shenmue cards in there that I'm hoping I pull when I have my packs. But going beyond that, they've announced that over the following months to come, they're going to be targeting like a franchise from the Dreamcast library and doing a merch line for. And then there was a big list of all the games, like Sonic Adventure is going to get one, Shenmue 1, Shenmue 2, Skies of Arcadia. So yeah, just look out over the coming months. And actually, Josh announced recently that next week is going to be the start of going through that merch list. So it'll be interesting to see what the first actual Dreamcast-esque title is going to be. Definitely check that out next week to see what it is. But we're eyeing up the Shenmue merch, of course.
Yeah, I put this on the list because I two things. It's ending soon, so if you want to pre-order, you have until October 14th. As we're recording this, it's like in 2 or 3 days. But also, because I have some thoughts on the trading cards and how they are negative in a way.
Yeah.
At first, I was a little bit excited, but then I realized like the way they're priced. And
did you see that Sega Bits article?
I didn't. Is it?
He broke down. He was comparing it to like Pokemon cards and their prices.
Okay.
And I think there's 5 cards per pack here, whereas like Pokemon is like 7 to 10 or something.
I think so. Yeah.
And the Pokemon card packs are cheaper as well. Like this is quite a premium.
This is quite a premium price for things for like artwork that we've seen before. That's my main gripe with this. So it's nice to have, and I was considering getting one of these like booster packs, which are quite pricey.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's if I'm sending the right message to Sega and limited run games by doing it. If people want to, yeah, feel free
mean-
to it. I'm just sharing my honest opinion on this.
Yeah. The other difficult aspect is I think if you buy a booster pack, you get like 120 cards, and yet there's over 200 to collect. So essentially,
Exactly.
you're not going to touch the full amount just with one box.
Yeah.
So they're almost like if you wanted to collect a full set of these, they're almost backing you into a corner that you've got to buy more than one booster box. And then that's why I was a little bit surprised that this is a limited thing that's going to end in 3 days' time, because essentially you've got to sort of anticipate that you're going to need more than one box. Like probably two wouldn't even be enough to get a full set. So
If
it's a
you're
lot to
lucky,
sort of-
two could
Yeah.
could do it, but you're more likely to need more. More.
Well, then is that
packs.
what they're expecting with the trading element? Like you're gonna, I'll swap this card with this card for someone else.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Maybe.
they are trading cards, but
Yeah.
will you have like as much people as, for example,
I don't know.
with
I don't know if
Pokemon
there's gonna be
cards to trade?
like enough, especially because of the limited aspect. Is there going to be enough in circulation for fans to get full sets?
And then
easily?
you'll get the scalpers who will probably sell specific more rare cards online for a premium, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is the way to go. But apart from all of that, my main gripe with this is like I've seen this Sonic Adventure art, this Sonic Adventure 2 art, even the Shenmue 1 and 2, and like Virtua Fighter, these are like the official cover arts for most of these games. Something new, like hand drawn, or maybe like commission, like a great artist draws something unique to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Dreamcast. That would make more sense for something that is limited, and you have to pay quite a steep price for these cards. So, but yeah, that's my take on this. But it's hard to resist, right? Because it's Dreamcast.
Yeah,
And
that's how I
many of
felt.
our favorite IPs are represented here. And it's nice to like be talking about this like 10 or 25 years from now and say, oh, I had the trading cards that were released.
Yeah.
And like very limited editions.
Well, that's it. It's like almost putting like a monetary sort of aspect against future excitement. I know come March, whenever these are released, I'm going to be excited opening the packs. And I'm either going to be like devastated that I haven't pulled the Shenmue one, or I'm going to be like, jumping around the room that I've found, the rare variant of, Rio or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but if you are, I am very interested about some of these other items as well. I think like the coin is a cool thing. Not sure about the apparel, like. But I'll probably I'll probably end up getting like maybe the coin and a couple of like packs of the cards, just like so I can have something to remember these occasion by or something. But I was considering like one or two of the booster boxes, but I need to be responsible. Yeah.
I'm excited to see like the actual lineup of merchandise that they've got to come out of this 25th anniversary stuff.
Yeah,
And Guys of Arcadia merch, for example.
Yeah,
there's nothing of that really. There's what we had like a record
and maybe, a couple of figures.
First for figures.
Yeah. But that's nothing. Okay, so link will be in the show notes. We have 5 more minutes. So Lime, you wanted to cover something that you forgot.
Yeah,
the floor is yours, my friend.
I want to go back to Sonic Dream, the Sonic Dream team, and mention the Tails challenges. again, because as you know, I've been focusing like 4 years now on 100%ing Sonic games, and my goal has been to 100% all home console Sonic games, and there I include like games on PC, Mac, like those kinds of games. And so I've gotten us so far that the only game that I have left is Sonic Dream Team, which is
That's
absolutely amazing.
It's amazing.
It's only that game left, and I have done everything that I can in Sonic Dream Team, but I still can't call it. And the reason is the Tails challenges.
You need to wait for them to unlock.
I need to wait for them to unlock. And like, so each day, a new set of challenges unlock. And there are like, 16, 17 left that I have. So because of the Tails challenges and the forced wait that that it puts on you, I'm not going to be able to call having 100% at all home call Sonic games before Sonic X Shadow Generations is released. I could have done it, and I could have called it, but because of that wait, I'm gonna have to like end it with Sonic X Shadow Generations, which is frustrating. And it's like, come on, don't make me wait. Like, I'm sure they have their reasons, but it's a very frustrating situation that
at least
I'm not going to be able to call it.
You have content to get your viewers excited about in the future.
Yeah.
Look at it from that perspective.
Indeed.
Like what you're going to do when you finish,
Sonic Dream Team, for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was gonna like do that anyway. So like I guess it's good that we end with my favorite Sonic game anyways. Like it's not that bad, but it's still like frustrating, that forced wait, and knowing that if it wasn't for this, I could have called it now. Oh yeah.
I think you should email Hardlight and like complain, file a formal complaint. So that's a good segue to tell people that they should go to twitch.tv/Lime Reversed and watch your streams where you play.
And join me in this, what do they call it? Not home run, but like
swashbuckling adventure. No, that's
the home stretch. There we go.
The home stretch.
Join me in this home stretch of 100%ing all home console Sonic games, because we basically only have one game left, and that's Sonic X Shadow Generations, and
you're getting it 3 days early, or
yeah, indeed.
Okay, so October 22nd. Just tune in to twitch.tv/Lime Reversed for that wonderful moment. It's coming. Like,
indeed.
how much time do you think you need to 100% that game? Like,
sorry, what was the question?
How much time do you think you'll need to 100% that game?
Oh, good question.
Throw a number. I don't care. It's gonna get recorded, and then we'll compare it when you're done.
Yeah. I guess it really, of course, depends on like how much of the Shadow X Generation.
That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear a number.
But I am gonna say like 2-3 months.
Okay, maybe. I'm not sure.
I expected the word day after that.
Yeah. The way you played Shenmue 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But
it's different.
I mean, for that, first of all, like I had 12-hour streams on that. And I streamed a lot more days. Like usually only stream 2 days a week. So, and that's like about 3 hours usually. But with Shenmue, it was a lot more than that, and 12-hour streams. So that definitely sped that up.
So. And the movie DLC actually doesn't release until December.
That's true. That's gotta count for the completion rate as well. Yeah. And like Lime's already. Oh no. Yeah.
It could be like like less 3 and like closer to 2 when I think about it, because I've already 100%ed Sonic Generations. Like I know what to do there, so like that's gonna be
It's just
quicker. But
the chow hunting part.
yeah, indeed.
That's
So,
the
but
new stuff.
yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be like a month, because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 streams. That might be a bit too little, possibly.
So let's call it like 2.5 months.
Tune in to find out.
Tune in to find
around.
out. So
I'm gonna say around 2 months.
I'm gonna clip this
give or
moment.
take.
So around 3 months is what Lime
2
said.
months.
I'm gonna 2 months, but you need time for the DLC as well. So I'm gonna give you 2.5 months.
Yeah, that's still around 2 months in my book.
Yeah. Okay. 2 months. Okay. Let's call it 2 months. I'm gonna clip
Give or
this,
take.
and in 2 months' time, or after the game is released, we'll
We're gonna
check
hold you
back
to it.
and yeah. Okay, Lime. Thank you very much for coming. James, where can people find you?
Where can't you find me?
Exactly.
I'm on X as SkillJim, and everywhere else you'll find me on the dojo, shenmuedojo.com. Got some exciting content coming out very soon over the coming months. You can find out how Shenmue World Issue 3 turns out. You can find out what we've got planned in December. We're also going to be celebrating our 24th anniversary next month in November. So we've got a new logo that we're going to be launching, which is exciting for us. I don't know if it's exciting for you, but it's exciting for the dojo. And yeah, just
we need merch.
Now.
I need some dojo themed merch.
We're thinking of doing maybe
Jim,
like a
where
little pen
is
badge.
my free merch?
Free
Where
merch?
is it?
Free
I can
merch.
send you a free
I
Shenmue Dojo
want
sticker.
my free Shenmue Dojo merch.
Yeah, I'll send you a sticker line
for completing Shenmue 1 and 2. No, actually, when you complete Shenmue 3,
when you complete Shenmue 3, then you get all the merch.
Exactly.
Ah, damn.
Okay. Excellent. So exciting news for Shenmue fans. Check out shenmuedojo.com and all the other good stuff. As for the SEGA Lounge, we're still around. We're entering the final stretch of this season. Exciting plans for the last couple of months. Yeah, last couple of months. It's already October. It's amazing. Time flies. Next week, we're actually celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Dreamcast, because we're in Europe, and the 25th anniversary of the Dreamcast is next week. So we're going to have a very, very special episode dedicated to that. So tune in for that. Thank you very much for watching/listening. A big shout out to Radio Sega listeners who are always faithfully listening to the premieres of these episodes, and to everyone else on Twitch, on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. The Sega Lounge, everywhere. You can't run away from us. You can't hide. You can't run. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. 3. Like this. Bye-bye. Live long and prosper as a fearless Shadow the Hedgehog. The Sega Lounge, hosted by me, KC, and part of Radio Sega's network of live shows and podcasts. Theme song and incidental music by OSC. Got any suggestions? Drop me an email to podcast@thesegalounge.com. Find us at The Sega Lounge on X, Twitter, and Instagram, at thesegalounge.com on Blue Sky, and be sure to check out our Twitch and YouTube channel for live video content. You can find previous episodes of the show by going to thesegalounge.com, on the Terra Player app, and wherever you listen to podcasts. A Mixed On Productions podcast.